All right, what is up? So I wanted to provide a little bit more guidance on how to manage free meals, right? So when you're bulking, when you're lean bulking, when you're in the off season, free meals totally fine, right? Staying on a meal plan every single day, especially with holiday season coming up right now, and being the type of guy that refuses to have no free meals is just not realistic if you're not on prep. If you're on prep, obviously you need to be locked in. Refeeds, high carb days will come, but the style of coaching I use, it's going to be, just more of what you're already eating, more rice, more clean carbs, more of what you're already eating. There is no room for off-plan meals in a bodybuilding competition prep, right? That's a lot more of a serious endeavor. This is in the off season when you're lean bulking, right? So 95% of the time, we're going to be eating on plan. We're going to be eating our meal plan or hitting our macros every single day, because if you don't, your weight will shoot up. And if you're continuously having free meals like every other day, you will put on a ton of unnecessary fat. When if you just manage them properly and you limit them to, once or twice a week, you won't, have all that extra fat gain, ruin your progress, ruin your digestion, and things of that nature. And when you're dialed all the time and you get to look forward to a free meal, to a social event, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever it is, it just makes it a lot more worth it, and it makes it a lot more rewarding to eat that free meal. So one off-plan meal, it won't ruin progress, but turning it into a binge will. The issue is when you binge on these free meals and you have an all-out crash out, you can shoot up 5 to 10 pounds the next day, and it'll destroy your digestion for the next day. It'll destroy your relationship with food. I have been there. I have struggled bad with binging, with a binge eating disorder after my very first show. Before I was Coach Gabe, when I was just Gabe, I binged bad after my first show, and the hyper palatable foods after you've been dieting for a while, they spike your dopamine so much you cannot stop. I know exactly what it feels like to eat until you're stuffed to the brim and just keep eating in pain, even when my stomach hurt so bad. So key skill is know when to stop, plan it, enjoy it, and move on. For a lot of my clients, I have the one plate rule. So obviously, guys lean bulking on Thanksgiving, uh, or guys that got a free meal for Thanksgiving, obviously I just limit them to one plate. You eat it, enjoy whatever you could fit on that plate, and then move on. Because if you binge, it will destroy your progress, it will destroy your cut, and you will put on unnecessary fat and low key, like, you can mess up a lot of work you put in. So a cue that I have for you guys is just pause 10 seconds. Are you hungry, or are you just eating because it's there? And learn when to walk away, eat your meal, be satisfied with it. Once you're feeling, satiated, walk away and be done. All right. So social events. It is holiday season, right? Christmas is right around the corner. A bunch of you guys are going to be having, off plan free meal for Christmas, right? Enjoy it. Enjoy it with your family. A few, free meals around Christmas time on the lean bulk. It's well deserved. It's well deserved, and it won't hurt you. But if you're just constantly eating out every single day and it's a month long, Christmas mindset, it will. It will. Like, when you guys eat healthy and you guys eat on meal plan, your body gets used to healthy food. And if you keep having free meals, keep eating the Christmas cookies that your mom's making, it will derail your progress. And what's the point of putting in all this work to diet, to lift, and to try to achieve, a physique that you're proud of, if you just go and undo it with weeks of work? Some trigger foods, especially sugar, man, like, sometimes you'll take a bite of anything with sugar and it just gives you so much dopamine. It's so hyper palatable. You just can't stop. So sometimes it is best to just avoid, things with sugar. And, you can, if you're running into problems where you just can't stop, maybe you just avoid certain things like desserts, right? So maybe your free meal is just a full plate of normal food, and you do say no to the desserts, because you can always say no. All right. So like me, sugar is something that will set me off, and I won't be able to stop eating it. So on my free meals, I just have a normal free meal and avoid the sugar. All right. Another thing, you need to, focus on the event, focus on Christmas, Focus on spending time with family, not the food. Do not obsess so much about the food. The food will always be there. And another thing you can tell yourself is like, and what I about to eat, is all this food moving me towards my goals? And if you're gonna binge, it's not. It's not. Have a free meal. Go for the people, not the plate. Be present. Um, if you just make it all about the food, all about the Christmas cookies, it's gonna be so easy to overdo it. And remind yourself how it feels to be bloated, and how it feels to mess up your digestion, and how it feels to, be stuffed and gross after, right? The best outcome when taking a free meal is just to enjoy it, enjoy the food. And if you have it in moderation, you just stick to your one plate, you're not going to have guilt, and you're not going to have, that post cheat meal regret, right? Where you're beating yourself up about it when you step on the scale the next day and you're up 5 to 10 pounds. So, what I do want you guys to do when you are going to take a free meal, um, is calorie bank. So, what calorie banking is, I don't want you guys to do this all week. This should just be the same day. So, on say Christmas Eve, right? You can take a free meal at night. You're gonna enjoy a nice dinner, not worry about the calories with your family. What you can do is estimate the meal. So, say you're gonna eat 1,000, 1,500 calorie dinner. Your family's making prime rib or steaks or something like that. So what you would do is you would estimate about how many calories that is, and you would, replace your last couple meals that add up to those calories with that meal. So you'd still eat your normal calories in the morning. Pull out the fat source if you can, because typically free meals are always going to be high in fat. It's so easy to hit your fat macros, as you guys know. So do that. Pull out the meals that you would normally eat that are going to add up to, the estimated calories of your dinner, and make sure you're hitting your training, your steps, and your cardio that entire week. And most damage is going to happen if you just go crazy all weekend. So just limit it to, your one free meal a day. Replace the last couple meals that would add up to that estimated calories with it. Eat your normal meals in the morning, train your butt off, and have that free meal go straight to the muscle of whatever you worked on. And you can always say no. This is something I do with sugar a lot. So, if I'm taking a free meal with family or going out to eat, I won't get dessert. I won't eat the dessert just because sugar, it's not good for your body. Every single time I go to bed at night, I wake up the next day, whoop, my HRV is tanked. My sleep is so much worse anytime I have sugar. It's a noticeable difference, right? And I track my sleep religiously. Anytime, sugar comes into play, health metrics go down. Sleep is just not good. Sugar is just not good for your body, especially, us eating clean all the time. Our bodies are not used to it. So things that I do is I say no to sugar. I say no to alcohol. You guys should not be drinking alcohol if you guys care about your health at all, regardless of the fact that, it just doesn't allow muscle protein synthesis. It would not allow your body to recover from any training you did in the day. It's basically the worst thing you can do for muscle growth. But besides the fact that we don't drink for muscle growth, it's also terrible for your health. It will destroy your sleep, destroy so many health metrics, right? That's another topic though. So obviously, I always say no to that. And I say no to sugar because, when you take a free meal, you don't want to worry about the calories. You just enjoy it in moderation. But even me, I can't enjoy sugar in moderation. Like, a delicious cookie will taste so good, I will sit and eat there until they're all gone. So that's something I say no to. You're good on dessert. There's Even if someone says something, man, just brush it off, ignore them. You can always say no. Don't let people peer pressure you into foods you don't want to eat. That's the dumbest thing ever. Every decision is within your control and are your own choices. Be accountable to yourself and know that maybe there's certain foods you need to stay away from to stop binging, right? The main key when it comes to taking a free meal here on your lean bulk is not binging, right? We're trying to stay lean. We want to look good. We want to be peak naturals, right? If you go on binge, man, you can destroy your physique. All right. So there's a time and a place, right? So off-plan meals, they matter, right? I want you guys to take an off-plan meal if you're not in prep for Christmas, right? Enjoy it, But if you're not in a season where you can do this, that's totally fine. The food will always be there. I've prepped through Thanksgiving, man. The food will be there next year, all right? And you can enjoy yourself, in the off season, when you're lean bulking. So don't get discouraged. If you're in prep, the food will always be there. It's just some food. All right, guys. It's just some food. But if you are in a season of flexibility, enjoy that free meal. But remember, if you want above average results, it requires above average choices, and you guys need to lock in and have a sensible free meal and make it more about the social event than the actual food. So, do's and don'ts. If you gain a little bit of weight the next day and you're feeling some, post free meal regret, don't punish yourself with extra cardio. Do not starve yourself the next day. Don't spiral when the scale jumps and be like, screw it, whatever. One more day won't hurt, and just keep eating off plan and have that mindset. Well, I already went off this week. I'm just going to keep going. That's a horrible mindset to have. But instead, bank the calories before the meal, replace your last, 2 or 3 meals with the large free meal you're about to have. Return to the plan exactly as written. Nothing more, nothing less. Do not starve yourself or pull from food the next day. You're just going to take away from your training sessions, and it's going to cause a terrible relationship with food. Stay positive. Don't have, post free meal regret. And you won't have that if you just enjoy it sensibly. All right. And get straight back to work and use that meal as fuel for a strong session the next day. You better be taking every single set to failure here. And you better be getting the sickest pump of your life, because sodium and all those carbs and all those extra calories, they typically hit the next day. So your next day of training will be absolutely insane. But that is all. Just wanted to provide some guidance with free meals as Christmas is coming up. So if you are currently having a little bit of flexibility in your diet, right? You're lean bulking, you're not in a bodybuilding prep, totally fine. Just wanted to provide some guidance of exactly what I would want you to do here. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay natural.